To hit our net zero goals, we're going to need a massive amount of new low-carbon electricity. Nuclear is a key part of the puzzle, right? So why are projects like this one so tough? Well, the biggest problems aren't usually technical. Nope. The real challenge? Money and risk.
So where does this problem start? You might be surprised. It's the energy markets themselves.
See, today's markets are all about low upfront costs. And that usually favors fossil fuels. And this setup, it's a massive roadblock for big, expensive projects. You guessed it, like nuclear. Basically, the financial risk itself ends up being the biggest, most unpredictable cost of the whole project. This cone of uncertainty really nails the problem. It shows exactly how risk changes over time. Okay, so at the very beginning, the risks are just huge. For private money, it's a total non-starter. Then, as construction gets going, that uncertainty starts to shrink. But yeah, the risk is still super high.
And then, once it's finally running, it's a whole different story. It's a low-risk, super desirable asset.
So how do we get from one to the other? Well, the answer seems to be a new kind of partnership. Here's the key insight. Think of nuclear plants more like public infrastructure. That's where the public sector comes in. The government can take on those crazy early risks that private investors just can't or won't.
But hold on, this isn't just a government handout. The private sector's role here is absolutely critical. Private money brings legitimacy, top-notch management, and it keeps costs and debt firmly in check. This creates a pathway for the project to move from public to private hands as that risk level drops. But for any of this to happen, governments have to set clear, predictable rules of the game first.
In fact, the Nuclear Energy Agency lays out 10 key things governments need to get right for this model to work.
Things like, clear net zero targets, committing to transition costs, and designing smarter electricity markets.
So, is this the key? This model for de-risking massive projects might just be how we build our future.